Hi, this is Don Wood with Suncoast Claims. I'm giving you tips as a contractor to make your estimate better. Because if your estimate is better and then I'm brought in to help with the claim, and then the insurance company has two estimates, both of which are in the real world and both of which are adequate and necessary, we have a better chance of settling the claim for the proper amount. So I want you to get it right too. I see a lot of incomplete estimates. And that is whether you're doing estimates by hand or you're using a spreadsheet such as an Excel or you're using a program such as Xactimate. Because if you don't put enough items in there, you're not going to get the kind of numbers you need to do the work. Now, the first thing is set the parameters right. Set the date of loss, import the right database, the right price list, and make sure you're working in the geographic area with your estimates. Don't download a Houston price list for a Dallas claim, for instance. And then the important thing to know is that you're a general contractor. You're out there to do work. And in your business, the real world trumps the estimating world. Whatever it takes to do that job from your experience, from your knowledge, is more important than what some estimator from an insurance company thinks it takes to do that job. You're the expert on the job. You have to do it. You have to pull the building permits. You have to meet the code. You have to clean up afterwards. You have to satisfy your client. What it takes to do that job is what you think it takes to do that job, not what somebody else thinks. So these tips will help you. So in the real world, what you know about that job matters and is more important than what somebody from out of town thinks that has never done a job like this before in their life. So when you're estimating a claim, here are some general rules that will help you. This is the way I do it. This is the way we do it at Suncoast Claims. And if you follow these protocols, you're less likely to miss things. First is start with the outside. You start at the outside of the building and you work your way in. This will help you avoid missing things, and always go inside the building. I know you may just be doing the roof, but there could be leaks that building owner has not spotted yet that you need to help them spot. So start at the outside. Look at your site conditions. Where are overhead power lines? Where do you lay down materials? Do you have to do fencing or screening? Do you have to set a portalette? And is there damage on the face of the building, the walls of the building, not just on the roof? Always start at the outside. And then when you walk in, every claim, decide whether you're going to turn left or right. It doesn't matter. But you want to look at all the rooms in that building that may be experiencing damages. Now, always start at the top in every room. Do this outside and do it inside. Start at the top. If your eyes will go to the ceiling of a room, you'll see water stains, you'll see damage, you may see ceilings falling down from roof leaks. If it's a tornado or a hail or a hurricane claim, you will start at the top and let your eyes go down the room, and you'll be less likely to miss anything in that room. Now, first of all, if there's water stain in the ceiling, is there a sheetrock repair or a texture repair that goes beyond just painting that water stain? If there's insulation damage or wet insulation, you've got to get rid of it. You've got to open the ceiling and repair it. So start at the top and go down the wall. And next you go to the crown mold. Then you go to the wall. Then you'll see the top of a door. Then you'll see the top of a window. Keep going down the wall till you see everything in that room. Then you get down to the base mold and the carpet. Are there water stains? Is there damage on the floor? So if you will do that, every room you go into, start at the top and go down, you'll pick up everything. Now, do every line item. Don't forget things. This is why people call in public adjusters many times, is because there are things missing on the claim. And so we get them right. We want you to make one trip, and we want you to include every line item. Now this means when you're in a room and there's a water spot on a wall, you make a determination right there. Do we spot prime that wall and paint the whole wall or paint the whole room? You can't afford to go to the store with a chip of paint and match it and then come back and try to paint it again. It is cheaper to paint the entire room many times. So you want to make one trip on every repair, every trade, if at all possible. Then you want to include every line item. You don't want to leave anything out. Then know the difference between general conditions and the rest of your estimate. General conditions are things like your permit, your dumpster, your portalette, fall protection. You've got to put them in there. Then know the difference between direct cost and indirect cost. If it touches that job site, it's a direct cost. That means if it's a residential home, you need to put residential supervision for a superintendent to drive by there and check in the morning and in the evening. If it's a commercial job and it's big enough for a full-time superintendent, then you need to have commercial supervision, you need to have labor for cleanup, you need to have dumpsters, you need to have everything on there as a direct cost. That does not come out of your overhead. Don't let anybody tell you that your supervision comes out of your overhead. That's not true. Overhead is what happens back at your office, where you have a secretary and phones and insurance and a fax line and where you get your mail. That's your overhead. And then profit is what you add to everything else. Hope this helps you, that you can maximize your work for your client, and that way you're doing a better job on your estimating. And when Suncoast Claims comes in, if the claim isn't settled right, we've got you working in the same direction we are when we take on the claim. Look at the contact information to follow. Give us a call if we can help your clients.